Hello, friends. Today I want to talk about getting a deeper sense of intimacy with the divine. You know, as a therapist and messenger, spiritual messenger, I can call myself, there's a lot of curiosity in what people want, like what do I want to talk about and where is there some kind of a longing or a receptivity to connect with what comes through here. And when I ask, like before I see a new client, you can always sign up with a self-discovery session with me to find out, if we're a good match and if you would want to do some deeper work with me. So one of the first questions I always ask, and you can ask yourself that question, it always comes down to, what is it that you really want? What are you hoping to get out of working with me? What in your life is not satisfying? And where do we want to go with this? And it is more common than not that people basically say, I don't want this, I don't want that, or I want to get rid of that. Um, or they say, I I want something I want something maybe tangible in the world. It could be, I want to make more money, I want to lose weight, I want to meet my soulmate. These are all the tangible things that we want, and then we think that we need to do a lot of work to get there. And I just see, I still have my little wristband on here from, I just went I flying. Have you heard of I fly? It's amazing. There's this big wind tunnel. And so you go in and you basically fly in this big tunnel with an instructor. It was amazing. Anyway, that was a side note. So yesterday, when I was offering my webinar, that is something that's always up no matter what I do. It always comes down to, what do you really want? What is in here? What is the longing? What do you want? And helping people really get in touch with that. What seems to be the same all over the map for all of us is that when we really turn back and connect with that, what we want. Let's say I want a relationship. I want to make more money, So then the question is, well, when you have more money or when you have a relationship, what will that do for you? What are you hoping to get from that? And there's several layers sometimes of asking that question. And it always comes down to the same, I just want to be at peace. I just want to feel love or loved. I want to have a bigger connection to the divine. And that's what I want to talk a little more about today, because that lies at the core of all of us. The problem is that we think that we long for something is that it means that we're missing something in the world, in our experience. But that's not necessarily the case. I'm not saying we shouldn't have our needs met. Of course, that's a natural thing. But most of us have our needs met, and there's still something missing. And when I asked that as a question at the webinar, I think everybody was nodding. It's like, you have everything, you've done everything, but don't you still feel like there's something missing? And everybody was going like this. And that's what's going on for most people. And I really want to start addressing that more. I want to maybe cut through the belief that we feel we're missing something. That means we need something out there, because that's so common. And with all the coaching and marketing, I've been through this myself, and there's always, well, you have to find out what people want, and it has to be something tangible. And then usually it's in the area of health or relationship or wealth. Those are the main ones. There's other ones too. And then people who become coaches, then they want to focus on that. I have never really been able to get through where my thing was, I want to, the self-love has always been such an important thing. And I was always told like, well, people are not looking for self-love, which is true. You don't go into prayer mode and say, God, please help me love myself. Although I think today that's more common than it was when I started out in, I don't remember, in the 90s or something. Um, but it is much more common now. So now I feel it's more, I'm being more received when I literally ask you the question, do you want a deeper, intimate connection with the divine? And could that be what keeps you feeling like something is missing? And because you don't go into that feeling, you go out there and think, well, it's maybe because I don't have this yet, and maybe I still need to do that. And then it will make me feel fulfilled. But I'm sure you have already experienced that. It's not true. Nothing out there can ever fulfill us other than maybe for a shorter while, maybe for some years even. But eventually you will start feeling like something is missing. And that is the connection, the intimate connection with your divinity inside. You start feeling this like something is missing, right? So you feel that you're longing for something, but you don't know what it is. But I feel this longing. Something is not right. I'm not content yet. I'm not fulfilled yet. And that is true. That is so true. But you don't go out. Then you go to that feeling or experience itself inside. It's like something is still missing. So in that feeling of something is still missing, there's a feeling going on. There's an experience happening that says, something is not right yet. That is the doorway. Okay. That's where we need to stay and we need to give our attention to that. We can go to, another teacher, another workshop, another online group, whatever, hoping to find something there because it's also natural that we want connection. We want to live in community and we want to maybe be with our soulmate and we want to be healthy. Again, I'm not dismissing any of that. There are many people who have that and there's still something missing unless they are connected with that soul connection, source connection, divine spark. And it's right inside that feeling of like something is still not right. Something is missing. Go there. Right in the middle of the feeling that you're still missing something, that you still don't feel fulfilled. Do not go out and try and find it out there. Go into the feeling itself. The reason you're feeling that is because you're not connected to your source, to your soul. It's that simple, but boy, it's not that easy to really grab that so that you're really gonna make the rest of your life, the priority is going to be to connect with the divine inside. And when you connect with it inside, you automatically connect with it outside, and probably vice versa. For me, it's more like a feeling here or a feeling there that then it's the same. So it's not like one door is better to enter through than another. The thing that we are missing, the thing that we are longing for is simply our own source connection, yeah, our own soul, the heart. What it feels to me that it's all happening in my heart. That's my experience. It may be different for you, and I totally support you in that. I'm not here to tell anybody how it should feel, how it should be. But when each of us individually go in and really go like, there's something missing here. I'm going to feel the feeling that makes me say there's something missing. It's like there's a hole there. There's a gap. And we want to find out what is not in this gap inside, what needs to be in there for us to say, I feel full now. I feel fulfilled. I feel at peace. I don't want anything anymore. I will be happy to experience and receive and, use everything that's here. But there's not that sense of, I want something. I'm missing something. I'm longing for something. It's right in here. And I don't know why it has been so difficult for most of us to realize that, because now to me it seems so obvious that I can't stop talking about it, if you've noticed. But it's so obvious, it's so here, and I'm not going to turn away from this anymore. I might get distracted and, get involved in things where I'm not consciously here. But as soon as that, whatever is going on in my life, it gives me the space again to just come back here. It's almost like I jump back automatically. I just live here for the most part now, and more with a sense of joy and love and inspiration, because this is what is here. So if you want a deeper, intimate connection with the divine, I invite you to feel the feeling that longs for a more intimate connection with the divine. The reason we are feeling that is because the divine is right there, giving us that sensation. It's just coming in and saying, I'm here, honey. I'm right here. Come back here in the feeling of what you long for. What you long for is inside of the feeling of longing itself. And when you go there, you realize it's the divine, and it cannot get any more intimate than that. But what we do is we may just dip in and say, oh, I don't know what that is. I'm going to go look for it out here. So the longer we can stay here in that feeling of longing and come back here as often as needed to this feeling of longing, you're connected. That is the intimacy we can connect with the divine. From there on, now we're sitting in the portal, the opening of the divine that can come into this experience. And then we allow it to move us, to inspire us, to stop us, to whatever it does, where you go like, oh, I want to, this feels right. And you go and check, it's like, yeah. So then you start living aligned with the divine. And the divine, God knows we need that. We can't keep living out there in an illusion, thinking that we will ever be fulfilled, that we will ever be enlightened. It doesn't happen out there. It's simply realizing that you already are what you are longing for. So the best place to be is in the longing itself. That's where God's energy is right here, and you just go and meet it from right here. and then you're right here. Then it becomes the two become one. We always were one, but as long as we keep moving away, we don't experience that. So it's just turning our attention back. And it's like, okay, I'm here now. Now you show me, because I know nothing about this. I've been out there way too long. So now I'm here. Please show me. That to me is real prayer. Show me. I don't know anything, but I'm willing to learn. Yeah, that's the place to be. That's the place to be.